Thank you for tuning in to Pillow Talk with the T. I am Kwa, and tonight we have my amazing guest on. Tonight, I name wrong, so make sure you pronounce your name for the people.
My name is Canila, so I'm gonna give y'all some couple syllables, just a little bit. Canela, so it's Canela. Nobody in the world has my name, so it's definitely unique. So that's how you say my name.
Okay, so Canela. Okay, so I definitely could understand the uniqueness because mine's is Kwamia, so a lot of people would not get that. Especially it's not spelled the way it's pronounced. So they would definitely just screw it all up. But I don't take offense to it. So, but definitely tonight we have Canella, and your last name is Jess, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So Canella Jess, who is a hostess, a motivational coach. She is an international speaker. She also has a clothing line brand, which we will also speak about as well. She's basically her motto is that empower people to heal, forgive, rediscover their voice, which I love. I really love that. She's also been featured in Success Women magazine as the top 10 woman international success conference around the globe. Yes, honey. And she also have her is this your organization, your story matters, which we will also get into as well. And listen, she got a lot of things going on here, so we just gonna get into the gist of the gist, which is her last name. so so basically, how long have you been basically speaking, just inspiring and motivating and encouraging the people?
You wouldn't be surprised. I literally just started last year, maybe in May.
Okay. That's what's up. That's something that called to your spirit. So listen, I feel like doesn't no matter how long you got started, I feel like that's something that actually forces the spirit within you. Do it, definitely. So basically, where can basically so you being this international speaker and it's and inspiring and just giving the voice back to the people, or giving them having allowing the people to end up and have encouragement to get their voice back. Like, where have we could actually have seen you at, like, with motivational speech and platforms and stuff that have you actually been around?
Okay, so I've been involved in maybe 3 or 4 last year, and I'm still getting involved next month with some celebrities. I'm just got on. The first one I had, it was with a Women's Success Conference where there's a lot of celebrities like Les Brown. He's a top motivational speaker of the world. I don't know if I don't want to mess up her name. Her name may be Lisa Nichols, or she's one of the motivational speakers as well. It's a lot of other people. The vegan girl, Tabayev, I can't get her name, Brown. She talks about the vegan, the hair jewelry. She just started popping a few years ago.
Okay.
I've been on that platform. Also with my coach I had, she's very well known. She's blowing up right now. Nikita Davis, Jesus and Coffee and Prayer. She's really good. So she's giving me the connections or whatever she has going on. It's really about networking with different people, and you learn how to network, and you be able to get those opportunities. People, they call me the babe, they call me little sis because I'm still in my 20s, but this is my last year and I ain't ready yet. But that's how I was able to get the opportunities, just by start speaking, and people like, hey, we seen you did this. Can you come on my platform to speak at this event? We'll lower the cost or whatever it may be to get visible. Really, you have to pay to get visible. None of it's free, especially when starting off. But when you're visible, people are going to book you for shows and all that good stuff. But I haven't even been a year in the game, and I'm so proud to be able to network with other people and be on the same platform as them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Which that is an amazing thing. And listen, I'm just glad that you was able and allowed to come on my platform, and
You're
so I
welcome.
could bless, for we could bless the people with your presence and your gifts. And so, in regards to that, I see that you do have an organization that's called Your Story Matters. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, ma'am. So I call it Heal, Forgive, and Rediscover Your Voice. I help people with traumatic experiences, domestic violence, any emotional abuse, or anything you may be facing. A lot of people don't know how to heal. I'm gonna give you a little background about my story so people can understand who I am and what I'm about. So when I was younger, I was molested at a young age for 3 to 4 months. In my early 20s, I turned to sex, drugs, and alcohol. Till one day, God sent somebody to minister to me as a whole 180 from there. And here I am. People can relate to your story, Max, because everybody has a story. It doesn't have to be the same experiences, but to me, life in general is a story, but it's up to you to change the chapter. If you're not happy about something, you have the power to rewrite that story. Um,
Absolutely.
that's why I tell a lot of people about my organization, especially when I've been there or I really like to minister to people. I always been like that ever since I was little. People would come with me to advice. I guess it's like a natural gift that I already had that was already inherited in me. Where people like to have conversations like, "Hey, you know, what you think about this? Well, advice? I need some help. Can you help me? What would you do? What would you do? If
Yeah.
people say
Yeah.
WWJD, what would Jesus do? Can you give me some help?" So at a young
Yeah.
age, I already knew I was different. I wasn't really, how can I say, it might be nonchalant, a people person. I'm quiet. I used to stay to myself, which I am now, but I learned, I'm all about catching vibes and learn who people is.
Yeah.
Me, this is what I'm about. But I think it's so important that people learn how to change their story. A lot of people today, we look around, some of them homeless, some people are still on drugs, some people are just stuck mentally where they just mentally just gave up. We don't
Yeah.
want to give up. We want to be able to be around a social group, social people who may have the same experience I had. How can we get out of the system? I'm let me hold your hand. We're gonna go ahead and get you up out of there. I'm gonna be able to
Absolutely.
walk you through. So with mine came with crying. I wouldn't say crying, but because it'd be so sad when things like that in your life, traumatic experiences happen. You be
Mm-hmm.
sad, and I found myself crying for 2 years until one
Oh,
day I was able to surrender. And I'm not trying to push my religion on anybody, whatever your higher belief is. Mine is Jesus Christ. He taught me how to heal and forgive and rediscover my voice. Yes, when you're healing, it's not an overnight process. I can tell you it takes time. Every person is different. Different
yeah.
people cope with everything different. So it all depends on the individual. And I tell anybody forgiving, nobody is perfect. Learn how to forgive for yourself so you can be free, you can move forward and move on with your life. You will be surprised when I used to work in the hospital in my hometown of North Carolina, Winston-Salem, about so many people. You think older, about 50 or 60, no matter what age they are, they still holding on to things that happened to with them. Happened
Yeah.
with them when they was little. It's time to let it go. It's time to set free and
Yeah.
be bold and be courageous. Let's keep it moving.
Absolutely. And it's good that you said that because that's something with me because maybe people that's close to me know my story or know my situation and my survivals. And there's some people that know of me that may not know of my situations because I'm a domestic violence survivor. And I realized and had a epiphany, not epiphany, but recognized that um, you you still do hold on things because I realized last week I was still holding on the grudges and the pain that everything that he did to me, and I had realized I had to end up releasing that. I do meditation, and in that meditation, I do meditation every morning, and that meditation just basically when the my meditator when she was saying we're going into our heart chakra to release any pain. I realized when I went into it, it was a lot of heaviness around my heart, and there was some pain of some aches. But soon as we was done, it was like that pain I felt, it was released. It was like no longer heavy, and and also I feel like a lot of us black people we refuse to go to therapy, and because we don't believe in it, because we got that old saying, God gonna, God got us, God gonna take care of it, or, just ignore it. As long as you out of it, it's over. And honestly, it doesn't work that way, because you could be out of it, but mentally you could still be in it. Physically you out of it, but mentally you could still be in it. And I definitely press 100% to anyone and everyone that basically therapy is the key. Yes, God is going to help you. Whoever your higher power is, whoever you believe in, whatever your faith, whatever it is that you walk in by, by faith and not by sight, whoever he or she may be that you believe in. My thing is that person is going to help you half a percentage, not all the way. The rest of the percentage, you have to help your own self. You had to help yourself. And I felt like I had to go to therapy. And I'm a proud person to say I go to therapy, and I love my motherfucking therapist. and if it wasn't for her, there's some things that I probably wouldn't be here today, or I would really have done things I probably would regret, or would have done things that would have took me in positions or had me in places that I would not have liked. So I always tell people, please don't push that off. And like you say, there's people that's 50, 60 still carrying that weight because you feel like you moved out of it, because you feel like you went out of it and you out of it. But honestly, here in your spirit, you still a victim. You still captured. You still locked. So I always say, please go seek some help, seek some counseling, and please, I'm a really big advocate on counseling and mental health. Like, I'm a huge advocate, and also a lot of people don't may know I lost my sister to a situation that I don't want to get too deep into it. So I'm a huge advocate. And that's something that me and my other sister and maybe her mom would actually come on and speak about. But right now, I don't want to air that out too much. But I'm a huge belief. And after that situation, I'm a hard advocate. I stand forth. But I definitely say, please seek help and get therapy, because it helps. It really helps, because you can still be a prisoner in your own mind from all the pain.
Preach, girl.
For all the pain that you actually been through in your life, and you feel like you may be walking free, but your mind, your spirit, your heart is not free. It's still locked into that pain, and you carrying that pain, and then you end up getting into situations, relationship, marriages, and you got a blockage. And you're wondering why. Where's the block at? The blockage is because you're still holding on to past pain and past trauma. And from that point, at that point, you making your pain somebody else's pain. So I could go in deep.
Girl, you got it, girl. You I'm over here like, yes, honey.
But yeah, so I'm really glad that you really have that your organization that really helps and assists people, because I feel like, especially a lot of young women and men, they feel like they don't know where to go to, or they don't know where to first start, or they feel like they're alone. Because I know I felt like, I was alone, because when you're going through stuff, you feel like you by yourself. But when you out of it, you be like, damn, there is so many, and there's other people that's going through what I went through or what I'm going through. But you don't see that, because when you're in it, you don't see any of that. So
right.
That's why. So we definitely have to tell men and women that's going through any mental health issues, domestic violence, or whatever the case may be, you're not alone. You're not alone. And listen, I always tell people, I may not tell them now, but I'm gonna tell anybody on my show, our messages and DMs are always open for anyone to be able to want to talk, that needs advice or a healing of some type, of just a release. Listen, I could just sit there, shut my mouth, and you could just pour it all on me. Like, if you just need to just vomit it all out, just let's go. So, but other than that, So that's amazing. And I know when we was networking, I heard that you did stated that you was sitting on a panel with Miss Iyanla Van Zandt.
Yes. She
How
was
was that
on the
experience?
Women's Success Conference. You know, everything is pretty much virtual, and she talks about healing in her show. Because people just be holding on to life issues, and like you would mention, we are prison in our own mind. You'll be surprised about influencers. They still deal with stuff. We just people in general. Like John Legend said, we just ordinary people. We put on our job the
Amen.
same way. I feel like I don't care what you may be, we all the same person at the end of the day. I think it's so important. She's one of the people that I admire so much, especially Maya Angelou. She's my favorite. Deepest queen. Love with the
Yes.
people. I'm old school. I know I'm young. People say I got an old soul, but I really love Maya Angelou. She really spoke on things. Very, very. She stood for what she stood for and stood for. So I didn't speak with her, but she's actually in my home. Well, before she passed, she was in my hometown in North Carolina, Winston-Salem. She was a teacher at Wake Forest University. Okay. So I did see her when I was like 16. On her birthday every year, they would pass out cakes and she would be in her little wheelchair and whatnot. So I was able to see her physically, but she's one of the queens that I really, really admire very much. I know Ayanna Vince is a very important one. She talks a lot about healing, dealing with issues. Sometimes people don't want to deal with their ish. You know, and I think sometimes you have to face it in order to be the better version of yourself, to be who you step into, who you really called to be, your true being. What is your purpose here on this earth? What do you call for? I think for mine, I know for mine is to motivate people, to uplift people, and to empower people. Like, hey, this might have happened to you. I want to empower people in my community. It's all good. When you live and you learn, let's get back up. We ain't gonna stay down here. We not gonna drink. We not, whatever you choose to do, that's fine. But to be able to get out of unstuck, to be the better version of you. I think that's so important to grow, to learn. I think knowledge and wisdom is so important.
Amen.
I just think that's very important that you live and you learn and keep it moving, empower other people.
Absolutely. And that's one of my mottos is I always say, I want to help people and assist people to be the highest and best version of themselves. That's something that I always say, and I stand by 100%. And even with, like you said, a lot of people don't know their purpose. A lot of people don't know what they're here for, and it's okay. It takes time. But as long as if you're working on it to see what it is that your purpose is, then guess what? As long as you're working on it. But if you're being stagnant and you're not looking and trying to tap into it to figure it out, then that right there becomes a problem, because then to me, that's like you're just basically floating on earth and you're just living. And I feel like we should all do something what our calling and our discovery of our calling is for and is. And I also feel like we should all sit there and tap in and do what our purpose is, because if we end up tapping into our discovery of our calling and our purpose, I feel like you won't feel like you're working. It won't feel like a job. It will be passion. It will be something that you look forward to do every single day, and you will lay down at night and feel like, you know what, you did an amazing, great deed. And I always sit there and say, I can't go to bed without having a productive day. If I feel like I waste my time, I feel like I failed him. And that's the last thing I want to do, because if I fail him, then I feel like crap. So it's like I have to make sure I have a full productive day. And you see how you say that your calling is, my calling is also uplifting, encouraging, motivating men and women like myself who feel like they are not supposed to be here, feel like they are not the average size person, as like, or either person that feel like they don't fit in. And that's what also comes in where I say, that's what my another motto I always say, we are all uniquely createdly made. We're supposed to be different. And the thing is, and also I find my discovery is me creating this podcast is that I want to create and open them conversations up in the home because they need to be had. Because I feel like your family, your parents, and the older, wiser ones are your first educator and teacher to teach these kids before any teacher lay their hands on them. You all should always be your child's first teacher, or even if it's not your child, just your neighbor child. Because I'm old school. Like, listen, I took wisdom from everybody on the block. It wasn't just one person, it was from everybody on the block because at the time, to me, I still, even at 39 and me raising my son, and my son just turned 20 years old today. Happy birthday, my boo. So with him, I definitely believe that it takes a village to raise a child. I believe that 101 million%, and that's even in 2021. So definitely, I feel like people should definitely tap into their purposes and stop thinking that. I would say tell people stop thinking that you don't need help because we all need help. We that's why God created family, and that's why we was put into family so we could assist. But you do have to be very cautious on who you get the help from. But when you do get the help, don't be unappreciative, don't be disrespectful about it, and don't allow them not to play their part and sit there and try to edify them on how they should be part of your village with your child. Because you could have somebody, you say, for instance, I'm gonna say this, for instance, like you could have an uncle or aunt in the family, and then a parent be like, no, you're not going to do this or you're not going to do that to my child. You cannot edify your village on how the person that you choose to put in your village to edify what they're going to say or do to your child. Long as they're not harming your child and they helping, assisting, raising your child, that should be the number one thing. I don't never say anything to no one in my family when it comes to them actually helping me with my son. I step back, I watch, or I turn my back because I trust that they're not going to say or do something that they know they wouldn't have done to me. Because look, I'm still here. They raised me. So, but definitely, so I definitely believe in 100% of it take the village to raise a child. So in regards to that, I see that you in the magazine. So I see that you in the Success Women magazine as the top 10 woman international success. How was that?
Girl, I was so surprised. They surprised me last month. I was supposed to have took a speaker. They wanted me to be a speaker, but at the time I was transitioning to job, so I wasn't able to pay for it right then. And then it was like, congratulations, you're on the cover, not the cover, but inside the magazine. I'm like, oh my God. They really put me in there. So it was really shocked. When I say we are a family, we are a family. If anybody's trying to get in, it's only $15 a month. You'll be able to network with so many people, so many opportunities to really get your name out there. Especially if you're a business owner. I don't care if you're a coach, whatever you may do. I don't care if you're a hairstylist. I promise you'll find somebody doing shea butter. They always have vendor opportunities. And I'm one of the ambassadors for the Women's Success Conference. And I believe I got chosen, was it October, November? They chose me as one of the ambassadors. And I tell people every day, like, please join the network. If you're really trying to get out there, connect with a lot of people and get your voice heard. And it's only $15 a month. I would say it's the best thing that ever happened to me. I still get opportunities. I don't say yes to everything, but I always pray and seek God first, and just allow Him to order your steps and just go on from there. Some people got money; they can just get on every platform. That might not be your time at the moment. I just learned to pace myself. I don't have to be on and everything, but I think that's so important.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree 100%. Absolutely, you can't accept everything that comes to you, especially if it doesn't align with what you're doing. So I definitely agree with that 100%. In regards to that, I also see that you have a clothing line. So what's the name of your clothing line?
The name of my clothing line is called Your Story Matters, which you guys
Okay.
already know the background of the apparel. So we're going to have some new items coming out in the spring.
Okay. Okay.
So I will be working on that now, branding and all that good stuff to really make it pop and, just reaching out, marketing. I'm still learning from Clubhouse. Like I met you on Clubhouse. I'm still learning about the tools, but I just can't spend 4 or 5 hours on there a day, especially when you work a 9 to 5 job. So
That's true. That's true. Because people up there be sleeping on the phone. They be up there for hours. I swear. Like people broke day on there. People sit there and be on there for hours. People be on there for days. Like you could network. It's fun. It's like when you it's addictive. It's like another addictive habit of a social media. But steady it being just you just posting and looking at other people's stories and posts, you actually going up there and you're networking with people that could take you to a different elevational level where you want to go with your business, your brand, what your anything that you're doing, and it pushes to the brand. So I definitely tell people go on there and network. And I feel like during this time, anyone and everyone should have tapped into their purpose and their gift because we've been in COVID and quarantine for like almost a year. So if you ain't find your passion or you ain't tapped in or you ain't sat quiet with yourself and figure it out, something's wrong. Something is really, really wrong. Like I really have to say something is wrong. So, but other than that, I see that you have something also that's coming up on February 16th to the 20th. I see that you had the world number one virtual 5-day summit for development of champions. You guys could definitely go reserve your tickets at www.comebackchampionsummit.com. So I definitely will post that up and let everyone know. Listen, definitely, anytime when you got something that's going to help your spirit or your soul or you to self-development, period, I love self-development, especially something that's going to get you to a different place and a better version or tap somewhere in a higher version of yourself. I love it. So you guys definitely have to tap in. So, but tell us
yes.
tell us so much a little bit more about that though.
So we have, like she said, a 5-day summit. We have a lot of billionaires, millionaires going to be on there, and it's totally free where you can get the 5-day virtual. And I also will post on my page to find out what day and time. They're still putting things together for next month, which shouldn't be long because it's right around the corner. Mm-hmm. So they have Dr. Strabling. I want to miss her name, but she's a very good influencer. She makes over $1 million a year. She's also a motivational speaker. She's very well known. She's been on Oprah Winfrey show. I could go on and on about her. It's a lot more people. I don't want to mess up the names, but you will see them when you see my picture. You will see their name because it's like promote. You'll see different flyers or events as well that will be presented. The different speakers on there. So I'm very excited about that. That's another opportunity that came out and reached out to me last year in November. They seen what I was doing. They loved what I was doing. They was like, hey, we'd like to get you on this platform. Will you be willing? So I say, yeah, because I know I'm a champion of everything that I've been through. I'm a warrior. I'm going to give you, 2 dabs, I'm going to come back fighting harder. I'm unstoppable. So I know that's who I am. So it definitely connect with the alignment that I'm going into.
Okay. Absolutely. That's amazing. So I'm definitely going to tap in to that to make sure that
Girl, you better come on there. I got you. Come on there. We're gonna get you in the Success Woman Conference, get you networking with some other things, get you in the magazine. We're gonna get you out there.
Absolutely. I'm always tapping in and tapping whatever it is I can that's going to actually give me as much positive exposure. So absolutely. So besides that you have that coming up, anything that you basically working on, anything that's coming up, anything that you want to tell the people?
Yes, ma'am. So I just got on. I just signed up today. I'm in 2 events next month. Just like I said again, networking, people offer me to come on, and I'm gonna tell you guys a snippet. When you're getting exposure, it's so important that you're investing in yourself. A lot of people think things are for free. If you want to be a known and get people to connect with you, you have to learn how to invest. And people ask me, "Oh my God, it took me 5 years to get what you at." I learned how to invest. I have family behind me, support me in my dreams. Have a team of people who believe in you. And I promise you will go forth and you will spring, you will prosper. But anyhow, I have 2 events come up. Forgive me, I forgot one of them, but they having a big event. I don't know off the name of my head about the event, but I'll post it on my event page. I'm also with the Black and Bold. It's in February. I just signed up today, and I give you guys the whole name. I give it to you as well. It's with the Clark sisters.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I'm not good with names. I want to say she's one of the preachers. I'll get y'all the name too. And I think Canila Carr, she's a gospel singer. She's gonna be on there. Okay. A lot of us gonna be on there. Sure, Wood, she's a very good motivational speaker. I was favored to be in. It was in my inbox to be on a platform. The other prices they offering a lot of people, it's very high. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna get you on for this low price. Come on, we got you." So I was able, when I get off of here, I gotta fill out the information, but I'm able to get connected with them. And I would just tell anybody, just go for it. And that's another way I built my portfolio is by these events and connecting that you could put a couple of people so that you're connected with different people that give you exposure. They're going to want to reach out to you like, "Hey, we see you on this and this. What's going on?"
Yeah, absolutely.
So those are 2 events I have. And I also have a book coming out this year. It's called How God Turned My Mess into a Butterfly. Your Story Matters.
Ooh, I like
And I'm going to also have honorees in there. I may have like 15 to 20 honorees for like a low price, maybe like no more than like 120 if you want to be featuring it. I know it's going to be a bestseller. It's going to be international. Okay. Also, I might have also like maybe 50 business shout outs who want to give like 100 words of what they do or a business card to be able as well to give them out. So that would definitely reach a lot of people. So that's going to be coming out maybe I'm thinking towards the end of the year, Black Friday. The end of the year, we're working on that to really promote that with the publisher. She's a celebrity influencer. Jesus and my coach, it's called Jesus. Her name is Nikita Davis, Jesus and Coffee and Prayer. She has a lot of connections, and I'm looking to get some of my stuff forward to different endorsements, to really promote it, to market it the right way. So I'm still learning. I'm still new business babe, but nevertheless, I'm learning as I go, networking and just promoting. Yeah. Y'all gonna see some other stuff too. I'm still working on things behind the scene with business, with life. It's just a process. Okay. You can't rush and do it. If you want quality, you're gonna take your time to plan your product and your gift.
Absolutely. And I'm a strong believer in not rushing. I'm like, even with my other business I have, I'm taking my time because when it drops and when it comes out, baby, it is going to be amazing. So, and I'm also a strong believer in, I don't really talk about the things I really do because it's like a don't want to jinx it type thing. Or I just don't share too much with people because it's like studying them PRAY for you. They PREY on you. So, so I don't really share too much. You know, they'll see it when it come out. I'm a deliverer, not a talker.
Woo, that's deep. I love how you word that.
Like I don't really talk much. I don't. Anything I do, no matter what it is, whoever knows me know I'm not really a talker. I'm a doer, a deliverer. I don't really talk about it. I'll be about it. So, but definitely, listen. You definitely got to tap in with me on some of these projects because I definitely want to be a part. I definitely want to be featured. I definitely want to be a part of anything that's good, that's about the movement, about just elevating the people and us and forth and forward. I'm always about it 100%, So my passions, my passions is mental health, domestic violence, cancer, AIDS, and definitely the LGBT community. Those are my organizations that I stand firmly by, and I will fight hard and I go hard on. And if anybody say anything otherwise, I'm ready to always take them on and challenge them.
Ooh.
So
I like that.
So, but other than that, it was amazing to have you on. And listen, you guys got to definitely follow her. She's at it's Canila. Canila is love on Instagram. She's amazing. Listen, she's about to blow up. You guys gonna be seeing her on TV soon. I'm telling you, we're gonna see her coming on TV, many other magazines. I'm definitely gonna support you on that book when you bring that book out. But definitely tap in with me. And listen, we're gonna cut this short tonight because when things, I feel like we don't have to extend the deliverance if it's only in a great small package of a mustard seed. So we don't gotta go that far.
Oh, look, her wording, y'all. Okay, y'all. She gonna be like Maya Angelou in a minute. Look, she gonna be writing poems in a minute now.
So listen, you guys, make sure you also go and follow Pillow Talk with the T on IG. That's Instagram for those who don't know. Also go like us on Facebook. Don't forget that we are on YouTube, Pillow Talk with the T. So if you can't tune in with us on live, you can always tune us with us on YouTube. Rewatch it, share it, repost it, post it. Tell your friend, tell your neighbor, tell your mother, your grandmother. They need some tea too. They still breathing. They about that life. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely sharing.
Exactly. And then also remember that we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other major podcast audio networks that your device could be compatible to. So if you don't want to visually watch us, you can always tune us in your ear. And listen, I do appreciate you guys. Don't forget, Thursday night here live on Facebook at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the amazing contemporary R&B gospel singer Van Swan in the building on Thursday. We're going to end up getting into his tea. We're going to get candid with him. We also going to sit there and see what makes him continue to believe in his Christ, and even in the industry, what keeps him going with all the other negative influences in the industry. So what keeps him grounded? And we're going to get in that tea and get that candidness soon. So we're going to get in his business. So we do appreciate you, wonderful people. And I do love and appreciate everyone that always tune in either live or later and supporting Pillow Talk with the T. So we will see you back here 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday with Van Swan. Love you guys. Peace.